We're talking raw price action on IBRX, Immunity Bio, and here is kind of what happened the last time I made a video on this. I was speculating. January 22nd, I dropped this video and was really kind of thinking about where this price action would go. Rising wedge maybe kind of fumble down to this January 29th date, and here we are on January 28th, and you can see January 28th is right in here. January 29th is right here. So you can see for yourselves, price action did exactly what we thought it was going to do. Now, I have a bullish and a bearish scenario for you guys in this video because it just is what it is that I'm seeing in the charts here. So we're able to predict price action down to a T. And we've got a date that Chart Forecaster, which has been absolutely crushing it, predicted a nice reversal right here. Boom, just shot up like a rocket. Predicted some more bullish or bearish start of momentum. Here, nailed it. It was downhill ever since. But we are predicting that there's going to be peak momentum around this January 29th date and time. So it's going to get interesting. Let's just see what time that is at. 13:44. Okay, so January 29th, about 1400 hours. This is what we're looking for. Now, the bullish part, we'll start with that. This is the bullish scenario here, is that I'm seeing some very nice potential cup style price action trend lines, right? You could maybe make the argument that there is some sort of a cup and handle angle or, visual here. And we've got this peak momentum. Well, price action has been kind of coming down quite a bit since it peaked out. So it'd be great to see that momentum kind of stall out around this 29th date. Well, February 2nd is going to be a point where we see market lows or highs and a reversal zone. So that's February 1st at 2200 hours, but that's going to fall on a Sunday. So we'll diverse to Monday's open is when I'm expecting to see that reversal. But here's the thing with what makes me kind of uneasy about all of this. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the bear scenario. So what I'm hoping is that we see somewhat of a cup and handle here or something like this occur or something like this, I don't know, something of that nature. But there is also this maybe slight falling wedge that you could argue is present here. And that would help support that right side of that cup and handle. But what there is more bearish signs here. Number one, I'm just going to kind of get rid of some of these trend lines so they're not in the way. The number one thing that I'm kind of seeing here, though, is this potential head and shoulders pattern. Because whether you like it or not, it exists, right? So we could be gearing up to see this price dump. And the good thing is it's a little baby head and shoulders for that matter. It's covering a very short time span. But you guys can kind of get the drift here where price action could be going. And it could be peak momentum here, but then we've got that reversal we got to worry about. So whether or not this execute is anyone's guess, there's also several things in the form of harmonic patterns that are on the charts, guys. And I do think that these are valid because price structure is semi-recent and we really haven't had them become invalidated. So if these structures really kind of fill out and execute, I think there's a good chance to see this maybe come all the way down to $3.60 or all the way down to even $2.64. So it is what it is. I'm being very careful with IBRX. And interestingly enough, if this thing does retrace down to the 786, it's going to be right in that $3.50 level to $3.30 level. So Whether or not this is going to be the next angular or the next leg up in some sort of Elliott wave theory momentum is anybody's guess. Now my keyboard isn't working, of course. There we go. So that's kind of where I'm kind of looking at here. And if that does happen, I would expect something like this to occur where we get some sort of, falling wedge or something like that. But for now, there's also one other thing that we can be on the lookout for, and that is really this death cross. This purple line right here is going to death cross this 200 moving average potentially on the 1 hour chart. Now, I've seen death crosses, guys, do the absolute opposite of what they suggest. Let's just look at the chart on IBRX and see if we can find any instances where golden crosses or death crosses have come up with some nasty or unpredictable behavior. Here is a golden cross. This is a bullish signal. What did the price do? It reversed. Here is a death cross here. It wasn't too much longer after that the price took off. So we could be dealing with any number of scenarios right now. Simply being on that 1 hour chart makes the death cross and the golden cross that much unpredictable. But on higher time frame charts, it's usually a little bit more set in stone. So if that does happen, I mean, that might support this February 2nd, or 1st, technically, reversal zone, and maybe we'll see something like this occur. I don't know. But I'm going to be looking probably going into mid next week, probably before, maybe next Wednesday is when I'll be really looking at the IBRX charts again to decide if I can figure out that there's a pattern that is going to be profitable for me to trade off of. And also, guys, Chart Forecaster is $9.99 a month. We've got tons of stocks in here. We've got tons of crypto in here. So if you like trading crypto while the market's open, you can trade Bitcoin, ICP, or CKB, whatever your heart desires. For $9.99 a month, it's not a bad tool to be using to help try to time trades. Hey, maybe I've got to look out for this point in time because there's an event happening. We'll see you on the next video.